Hi, I'm Carl Homstad. I'm an artist and I make woodblock prints and I do oil paintings and watercolors. And behind me here is my studio and gallery. On the upper floor is this studio where I make the artwork, and then on the bottom floor is the gallery. And so we're going to go inside and show you around a little bit. Hello, this is the gallery, one of the rooms in the gallery. And in this room I have oil paintings. And I've been doing oil paintings for many years, and I do landscape painting mostly. And so I travel around the country and the world getting ideas for paintings. For example, over here some from Japan, and there's Decorah. Over here are from Nova Scotia and Mackinac Island, and there's various places mixed in here. So if you come to Decorah, you can come to my gallery anytime. I'm open by appointment. Just need to call to make sure I'll be available. And of course, during the studio tour next year, we hope to have you be able to come and visit in person. So a great part of my job and career is traveling to great places and trying to capture the essence of each of these places that I go. And what I do is I take lots and lots of photos on the site, and then I work on the photos in Photoshop to make changes and add and subtract things, and then I paint the pictures back in the studio. This painting here is a place I made up, but it's based on 7 different places in Southern Europe that I've traveled through when I was in school in Vienna. I studied art in Vienna as a junior from Luther College. And there's a castle that's at the foot of Mount Olympus, the Shepherds on a Greek island. There's a little Italian village, and then Dubrovnik's down in the center of the middle ground, and then off in the distance is Korčula, and then it's the Dalmatian coast in the rest of the picture. So like I said, I do a lot of paintings based on my travels. For example, this one is New York City in the snow. Here's the Great Wall of China and the Forbidden City. And back here we have 2 from Tibet and another one from China. These 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are from New Zealand, and this is the Minnesota State Fair, and this is the Great Salt Lake. Also, what I've been doing for many years is I make woodblock prints, and a woodblock print is considered an original print, although I know that seems like an oxymoron, but because of the fact that the prints are all handmade and hand printed in limited editions, they're considered multiple originals, because in a sense each one is a unique item. So handmade prints like etchings and woodcuts and linoleum cuts are considered original prints. Woodblock prints, especially color woodblock prints, are something that I've been well known for, and one nice thing about them is you can buy them with or without the frame. They're available mounted on a piece of foam core like you see in the bin here, or framed. I also make cards of some of the paintings and all of the woodblock prints, and they're available locally and then also here in the studio. Upstairs is the studio where I make everything, and we'll go up there now and I can show you how the woodcut prints are made. Okay, like I said, a woodblock print is carved into a piece of wood. I use birch plywood, which I just get at a lumberyard, and then I carve the image into the block. This particular one has a cat. And when I ink this and print it on the piece of paper, then this is the image that I get right here, called Lookout. So a black and white print is fairly easy to explain because you just put black paint on here, black ink, and then when you print it, you have a black and white print. To make a color print, it's quite a bit more complicated. It takes 4 blocks to make them, and what I do is I print the blocks, each block one day, and then the second block the second day, and so on for 4 days. And so, for example, in this print, this is the first block, and if you look at just that print by itself, it looks like this. The second block by itself would print like this. And if you print the first block onto the second block, then, so those two together give you that. So that's the first and second blocks, which would be this block and this block. And then the third block by itself kind of prints the highlight colors, and that looks like this. And that is this block. And then the fourth block, oh wait, blocks 1, 2, and 3 together look like this. And then this is block 4, which on top of there gives you the final product, which is the in the garden print. And so all my color woodblock prints are basically made that way. So this is the final print, and these little notations on the bottom here, this is for the first block. These are all the various colors that go on that one. The second block has these colors, the third has these colors, and the fourth has these, and there's actually 27 different colors that are printed onto this piece of paper to make the print. And each block can hold several colors as long as they don't overlap. So in this room is where I also do the oil paintings, and this is the print room here, and this is where I print the woodblock prints. The ink is a special woodblock print ink, and it comes in these caulk tubes like this in various colors. And I put that out on this ink slab here, get a nice smooth coat of ink, and then I ink the block like this. This is the first block for this particular image. I'll do this again tomorrow with a different block that has several colors on it, and then again the next day with the third block, and then I'll take 4 separate blocks in 4 days to have the final print. Next, I take the block and set it on a piece of paper. And because this is the first one, I make little marks in the corner so I can set the other blocks exactly in the same spot. This is my press, and this does the work of printing. it squeezes the paper down onto the block. And then when I pull off the proof, this is what I get. And this is, like I said, the first of the 4 blocks. Then I hang this up to dry so that tomorrow when I do the second block, it's dry. And then this is the print, the final print after the 4 blocks. The first one just does this blue, and then the next one does 4 different colors, and the third block has 5 colors, and the fourth block has 4 colors. And so that's how I make a woodblock print. And here are the other blocks for this particular print. I showed you the first one. This is the second one. It prints a lot of green and then the darker blue on the sky. The third one prints yellows and different grays on the sky and a couple other colors. And the fourth one is the key block, and that has most of the detail, and it prints dark brown here and a darker blue on the sky. Okay, the first step in making a woodblock print is you have to have an idea, and then what I do is I do a colored version of the idea using watercolor or a colored pencil that's exactly the size I want the print to be. Then I write down all the different colors that are in this picture and I assign them to one of the 4 different blocks. After that, I take a piece of tracing paper and I trace this image off of my sketch. And then, because a print comes out backwards, so when if I printed my hand, it would, on the paper, it would come out backwards. So I flip that over and I transfer it to a blank block that's the same size using carbon paper. Then I carve out that image in the block and I print it on another piece of tracing paper. And I have 3 other blocks for the other colors that are exactly the same size. And while the ink is still wet on this print, I transfer that, run it through the press and transfer the ink from this paper onto the other 3 blocks. So when I'm done, I have a block that's carved with the image, and then I have 3 other blocks that have the exact same image printed on them. And so I know exactly where everything is, and then when I decide what color goes on which block, then I can carve out the appropriate areas. And when I'm done, this study becomes this print over here, which is a summer day. If you want to see more about my work, I have all the individual pictures, and I have some information about myself and my travels and my resume, and I also have a list of murals I painted on my website, and this is the URL for the website. www.carlart.com. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I hope to see you sometime in person. If not, feel free to give me email me or give me a call. My email is carl@carlart.com. So thanks again, and see you someday.